So let's look at what happened during that race. Okay, so at the start of the race, everything was going okay. Leclerc is winning, and Piastri's coming second. But then Norris fell back to, I think, fourth or fifth. And because of that, Norris switched to a one stop. Now, what I'm trying to say, or what was not fair, was that McLaren should have let Piastri stay out on a one stop too, because by making him go out on a two stop, they basically handed the race to Norris. And the reason I say that is because their reasoning is that they wanted him to do a two stop to cover Leclerc. But Leclerc is insignificant. If Leclerc wins that race, it doesn't hurt McLaren because they're still going to win the drivers and the constructors. And even so, Piastri called and said, "Do you think I can make it on one stop?" And they said, "No, go to two stops." But my thing is that it was too early to say so. He should have stayed out longer, and he shouldn't have pitted until Norris pitted. That's what I'm saying. So to me, it looks very dubious and dodgy.
Yes,
It's
but
almost
why
like
would
they're
they keep
handing.
Piastri out on 3 laps longer on degrading tires?
Yeah, but here's the thing: his tires weren't degrading. He said he didn't know if his tires could handle a one stop strategy.
Oh, I
You see
see.
what I'm saying? He said he didn't know if. But my thing is that even so, he should have pitted a lot later. He should have pushed it and wait and see what he can do. What are your thoughts? But you're right about that too, because maybe he wasn't going to be able to handle a one stop. But my thing is they should have kept him out there a lot longer to try for the one stop rather than to pit. Because by pitting, it is for certain that he's going to lose to Norris. It's certain that he's
Yeah,
going to lose to Norris.
I,
What are your
I,
thoughts on Mr. John? Go ahead,
okay, all
Mr.
right.
No, go ahead, Mr. Afalabi. What were you going to say?
Yeah, what I wanted to say was that what I feel is that McLaren chose not to hold position or favor the driver ahead, which would have preserved Piastri's lead, really, because he was doing
Yeah,
very
but doing that would be. I don't think that would be fair to say hold position because
well.
it wouldn't be Norris's fault that Piastri couldn't manage his tires. What do you think, Mr. Johnny?
So, jumping off on what you said about Leclerc, now if Ferrari had give Leclerc the right tires, Leclerc would have been a problem for Piastri. That's why Piastri was the team. They were like still factoring in Piastri, but yes, and factoring Leclerc. But yes, Leclerc. Even if Leclerc wins, it doesn't matter. But still, the team got distracted with Leclerc, and then they still wanted to go on with. They thought that Norris would definitely have to come in. That Norris would definitely have to come in to change his tires. That's why they said, okay, Piastri should just go on with his own, doing his own thing. But they didn't know that Norris was going to actually gamble. They straight up gambled. I mean,
Yeah, but after Norris, but here's the thing: Norris didn't pit. So what I'm saying is Piastri pit before Norris. So my thing is
yes.
that
Now
they shouldn't have had him pit. They should not have had him pit. They should have had him wait for Norris to pit first.
Yes, that was that mistake. But Norris tricked them. You know, he was making like a double talk on
Yeah,
on
but I don't
the
think it was a trick. Here's why: because Piastri asked them, "Can I do a one stop or not?" And they said they told him to they told him to pit early. So to me, maybe you're right. Maybe they're not on purposely sabotaging him, but that hurt his race. It was too early for him to pit because he knows that as soon as he pits, Norris is going to win. And because he pit too early, and Norris stayed out for a lot. How many more laps did Norris stay out before he pitted? What were you going to say?
Yeah. Norris really stayed out real long, and and they were going on from the data from what the other guys that were on
That's what
yellow.
they're saying, but I don't believe it. See, I don't believe it because, and here's the thing, because everybody knew as soon as Piastri pit, everybody knew that Norris was going to win that race as soon as he pit. So my thing is that forget about Leclerc because this is a battle between Piastri and Norris.
Yeah.
Let the two of them battle. Don't worry about it if Piastri finishes behind. But also Piastri wasn't assertive because he basically asked them what he should do, and they ignored him and just told him to pit early. All I'm saying is that messed up now it's debatable whether they did that because they're favoring Norris or not. But to me, it was a terrible call, and it undermined Piastri's race against Norris. What do you think, Mr. Johnny? But I hear what you're saying, but I think Norris was actually trying to trick Leclerc, not Piastri. But go ahead, yeah.
Yeah. I want to say something. I forgot what I was going to say. Something. There was something else there. I forgot my point.
So the idea is this: Piastri pitted way too early, and whoever came up with that decision, it looks like to me, it's almost like they're undermining him and they're letting Norris get a victory. Maybe they're helping him repay him.
But then again, one way you can look at it is that while Piastri was on fresher tires, he closed the gap significantly in the final laps and looked poised to challenge for the win. But McLaren's decision wasn't necessarily a sacrifice.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't. But here's the thing. They even asked Piastri. He said that he didn't have enough laps to pass. And that lockout he did, it did not make a difference. I think what it was, but we have to give credit to both drivers, but Piastri was moving. He didn't make a mistake. I mean, he made one tiny mistake. And Norris did very well. Norris didn't defend against Piastri. He didn't have to. It's just that Piastri didn't have enough time to catch. Norris. But my main complaint is that whether it was on purpose or not, Norris should have stayed out. Piastri should have stayed out a lot longer because it's clear that Piastri could have done a one-lapper, a one-stop too.
Yeah.
Whether he would have won, who knows? He could have done a one-stop.
Yeah, sure.
What would have happened is if he stayed out longer, his tires would have worn out a little bit.
Yeah,
but that would have been the deficit to Norris would have been less if he had stayed out longer. And to me, that was a rubbish call. And we have to blame Piastri partly for asking and not asserting it and not knowing himself. But I still think the team was doing some sort of backhanded thing where they had him pit way too early. Even if he was going to do a two-stop, he pitted too early. That's all I'm saying. What are your thoughts, Mr. Johnny? We'll continue tomorrow with the Ferrari. Just last thoughts on this, Mr. Johnny.
Exactly.
What 40 degrees here? Go ahead.
Yeah, I can see how you're sweating, man. I was like, are you in Lagos?
No cap. Yeah, go ahead.
Piastri could have actually overtaken Norris. He just ran out of laps. If he needed just one more lap, even just one more lap, he would have gotten him. But,
so it was a good race, fantastic.
But
British
actually,
media,
fantastic.
Yeah, very fantastic race. This is going to be, but I still think Piastri is going to carry the day overall, but we'll see. What are your thoughts, Afolabi? Last thought. Yeah.
I'm just annoyed that Norris guy is like the student that goes to the teacher and asks the teacher what questions are coming out of the exam tomorrow. Yeah. Let me revise with them. I'm just so annoyed. Piastri
and McLaren's rationale was that they were trying to cover Leclerc, but I'm thinking right now you don't have to worry about any other driver, even if Leclerc wins.
Yeah, but I think their plan was to give both of them two-stop strategy. They changed it.
But my thing is, after Norris did the one stop, here's the critical area. Piastri asked his team whether he should stick to one stop. She should go to one stop now, since he knew that Norris.
That was a critical error.
And I think the garage made a mistake, whether they did it on purpose. But his garage made a mistake, and that's what cost the race. But we'll continue tomorrow because we have a 3-week break now, so we need to do as many shows to cover the content.
All right.
And it's 40 degrees. I got to get to work. Afolabi, take us out. Yeah.
Okay, brilliant show. We have been reviewing the Hungary F1 Grand Prix. I'm from Mr. Johnny, Mustafa, and myself. We'll be back again maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week. Bye for now.
Yeah, Afolabi, can you do an early one tomorrow again, like 12:31?
Sure. No problem.
Okay, we'll do that. And then in the evening, we'll do politics. Thanks, guys. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.